I call the honourable member for Shortland.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move the motion that on the notice paper in my name. Landcare is a grassroots community organisation with over 100,000 volunteers Australia-wide and in excess of 2,000 volunteers in Lake Macquarie, where I come from, and where we have over 300 Landcare groups. And in Shortland electorate, just two groups I'll mention are Galgabba Landcare Group and Belmont Wetland Groups, very large community Landcare groups. It is important that in this 25th year of Landcare, when we're celebrating Landcare's anniversary, that we acknowledge the incredible impact Landcare has had on our environment, both in rural areas where 40% of all farmers are involved in Landcare activities, 40% of all activities are conducted by farmers, and in areas such as Lake Macquarie, where the workers, where those 2,000 incredible, dedicated workers have contributed to restoring the health of Lake Macquarie through restoration work on creeks and riverways, revegetation, environmental remediation, and a lot of hard work. The strength of Landcare is that it is owned by the community, and that community is working to restore the environment in which it lives and works. Now the Abbott government has ripped $483 million out of Landcare over 5 years in its slash-and-burn budget of broken promises. And it will use this money to fund its Green Army program, which I'm sure will build a lot of pretty walkways and undertake a lot of beautification, but will not undertake the hard environmental work that's done by those dedicated Landcare workers. Hardly, the beautification is hardly environmental restoration. Now, when we look at the Green Army, the workers that will be involved in it won't have the same versatility and dedication to the environment that Landcare's workers have. Those people will not be able to be picked for their skills and the expertise that they have to work on environmental projects. And it will disenfranchise all those dedicated Landcare workers that go out day after day to work to restore the environment. This is another example of the government saying one thing before the election and then doing another thing after the election. Now, I'd like to refer to a speech made by the member for Gippsland in May 2010, where he acknowledges the fantastic work of Landcare volunteers and was questioning what he perceived to be a cut in the budget at that time. And he said cutting funds is a kick in the guts to every volunteer who's given up a Sunday morning to plant trees and to remove weeds or to otherwise make a difference to the environment in their local community. He said Landcare is an organisation that has enjoyed bipartisan support across its 20 years history. Well, on this side of the parliament, we certainly support Landcare, and we know just how important it is. And Landcare, and he says a question to the minister, Landcare workers want to know if the minister even tried to protect Landcare in the budget. I suspect the answer is no. And we'd really like to know what this government's commitment actually is to the environment. In Lake Macquarie and Newcastle area, the regional coordinator of Landcare has come out and pointed out that for every $10 that is spent on Landcare, every dollar you invest in Landcare delivers $10 to the community. Hardly a wise investment. I'll finish on the note that the member for Gippsland said. This government doesn't understand regional communities. It doesn't understand Landcare, and he encouraged members of Landcare to contact their radio stations, to write to their local newspaper and put on record that they support Landcare, and so should the government. The government is condemned.